Hey y'all, I hope you're doing okay. Emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. No. Yo, we are in some times, aren't we? And I'm not one of those people or persons that like to reiterate what we as a collective are going through, because goddamn, we are all experiencing it. It's bad out here, right? But I think that the one thing we must be dedicated to, and excuse me, because I'm out here trying to get my life, you see, restore my health. So let me slow down. I think that in order to find personal fulfillment in times of chaos, right? And it's not like we don't have a blueprint. There are third world countries that have been experiencing the type of upheaval that we are about to embark upon for centuries, right? But yet you will meet some of these indigenous people and they find joy in the little bitty pieces of life. And so if you feel overwhelmed with what's happening, with every day there's a new policy change, listen, it's not as bad as it's gonna get, but that doesn't mean you have to participate in the destruction of the morality of a nation. Now, this is very, very important, because I want you to know, from a spiritual aspect, what's happening. There are many things happening, right? And it doesn't matter your religion, your spiritual path. There was always an ending, a devolvement, a finality, a conclusion to a separate and divided mindset within the collective. Now, what that looks like for some, what some are anticipating that experience to be, it's going to vary, right? But here's the thing. At the highest level, we are all experiencing a war on love. We are in resistance to the full expanse of divine love. And the source, the creator, the benefactor of all things is trying to permeate a breach that has been made in spiritual realms and get us to realize that if we unite in the heart space, if we can come together in the heart space, then we can overcome anything. And how intelligible, conniving, manipulative the powers that be are to position us all, to juxtapose us all in a divide and conquer in every way. Here in America is still, after many, many years, white versus black, right? In other spaces, it's a religion versus a religion. Whose sexuality is, acceptable and whose isn't. What academic this, what financial that. There's always going to be a divide. But if you find the joy in your life and live your joy and experience your highest potential of fulfillment, that means digging back deeply into your inner child and letting them roam freely. Getting back into your collection of arts and crafts, doing something that can work your soul, dancing, going to the beach, right? All these finite things that you think don't create a big and massive wave, but they do so much for the vibration of ascension. So I just wanted to remind you, whenever you're watching this, that you have a choice in how you participate. Now, you can choose, and I'm not going to say it's not going to be some dark times, some times of depression, some lowly times. It may get a little criminal. People might act a little gangster. You know what I mean? You're going to see a whole nother side of humanity, right? Because they are manipulating and thwarting the human experience to the lowest caliber frequency. So I'm not going to tell you you're not going to experience that. But what I am telling you is this. You have a choice in how you participate. You have a choice in what you do. Just because somebody tells you jump doesn't mean that you have to. Just because someone tells you to go left doesn't mean you have to. You can do what is in your soul. And that is what is happening right now in this day and age. The resistance of divinity, the resistance of love, is the resistance of art. It is the resistance of freedom. It is the resistance of liberation. And I, for one, am not going to participate in anything that tries to arouse and inculcate a spirit or an energy of fear. So I'm going to do things that make me smile. I'm going to get back to the things that I used to love, the things I used to do. I used to play instruments. I want to get back to that. I used to go to museums monthly. I'm going to get back to that. I used to be in this and that kind of class. I'm going to get back to that. So don't mind me, or do, whichever you prefer, if you see me just looking a little delusional, because that's what I'm about to be. I'm about to be excited because I'm connected to the divine. I'm going to be dancing in the street because you can't chain my soul, you can't break my soul, and you don't own my soul. And I thank Spirit for just giving us this message right now, because listen, I know some of you have children, you have elderly loved ones, and we don't know what's getting ready to happen with education. We don't know what's getting ready to happen with social security and disability and all these things. But what we can do is decide to find our joy individually, and then decide to actively participate in others who have found their joy, others who have found meaning in times like this. And we can grow this vibration. Now, it seems a little unrealistic, but that's because love is not our frequency anymore. That's because love is not how we operate. Okay? Listen, I understand how people are. People are selfish. People are cannibals. People are thieves. But there are also good people out here. There are good people out here doing great things. And you can choose to be one of those that when the elevation and the ascension is so powerful, it overcomes darkness, that we get to be memorialized in the history of the universe. You can be one of those people. But you have to choose. Choose when to take your mental health breaks, when to take your rest, knowing when to apply self-care, and knowing when to pour into other people that may need it as well. I love you. I thank the Creator for you. What a time it is to be alive. I'm glad that we get to share this timeline together. I'm glad we get to elevate together. And I hope you're not judging me for how I'm breathing, because I'm just trying to get her life together. So I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, okay?